Hey, hi guys, how are you all? This is Sai Kiran from LetsUpgrade, and I hope you all guys are actually watching us right now. So let me just go ahead and check with my particular this thing. Hi, sir, how are you?
Hello, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all good, sir. I'm doing great. And by the way, all of you guys, my name is Sai Kiran. All the 177 of you all who are watching us right now, I am Sai Kiran, and I am one of the persons who is in the core team of Let's Upgrade. And I am here today to launch this whole batch of data science, data analysis, and in the essentials format. And we have got an amazing faculty with us, who is Satyam Tripathi. So, hi sir, how are you? From where you
Yeah,
are, please tell us a little bit introduction about yourself.
yeah, I am good. And I am basically from Mathura. And I am basically working as a machine learning engineer in one of the AI company. Okay, where I
Amazing.
will be providing the solution to the clients with respect to the AI. Yeah.
Great, 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 great. So, sir is from Mathura. I am joining from Navi Mumbai, Vashi, to be very precise. From where you guys are joining, okay? So, please tell us in the chat from where you all guys are joining. So, by the way, my name is Backbencher Friend when I'm live. Because I tend to help all the people who are stuck with their doubts and all. Today, I'll be handing over this whole thing to Satyam sir itself. I'll be there for initial 10-15 minutes. Then afterwards, Satyam sir will take over. Before we start this whole batch, I need to know from where you all guys are going to join. It's a 2 day workshop, today and tomorrow. Okay, so today it is going to be of 2 hours, that is 120 minutes, and even tomorrow 2 hours, that is 120 minutes. Okay, so we are expecting people who are working professionals, who are students, who are in a whole mindset that they want to change their career, or they want to try their career in data field. That's where they should be joining this session. So who should join this program? The people who think that they want to get launched, or they have some kind of interest in data analysis, they should join this program. Are we clear? Yes or no in the chat? I need the response ASAP. So please tell us in the chat if it is clear. So that's for point number one. Let me just go ahead and check. I've got so many people from Hyderabad, Telangana. So ఎలా ఉన్నారు మీరందరూ? Okay, so I hope you have figured it out that I'm right. I'm a Telangana, basically Andhra Pradesh, old Andhra Pradesh. Now next Tamil Nadu, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? How are you all? So I've got few people from Tamil Nadu. Then a few of you guys are from Goa. Wow, Goa, amazing. Mahima Savant, Goa, Panji. Okay, so great. Now next I have got Nandurbar in Maharashtra. Who all are from Maharashtra, by the way? Kasaka hai tumi baba. Like Bombay, I've seen one Bombay till now, and I've got other people who are joining from. I think. Okay, Mumbai, fine. Chennai, wow, great. Eppadi irukkinge? That's one nalla irukkinga. These are the only two lines which I have learned in Chennai, although like 2 years I was there. Anyone from Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, okay, so all these places. Thanks. I've got someone from Assam. Amazing. Great to have Pranjal Chakrabarti from Assam. Very nice place. I'm gonna visit there very soon. Okay, so by the way, guys, I'm Sai Kiran, and nice to have you all in the class. And our today's moderator for the session is Varuna, and our today's faculty is Satyam Tripathi. Who should do this program? A person who is thinking that they want to launch their career in data science field, or they are enthusiast, or they are figuring it out about data science field. They should join this program. That's number one. Number two, what you will get if you join this program? You will get certificate end of the day if you join this program, and tons of knowledge what Satyam sir will give you. Okay, so certificate from National Skill Development Corporation of India, that is Government of India body. You will also be certified by Let's Upgrade. Okay, so you will be getting a certificate with a license number at the end of this whole program, and you can actually go to our website and see how the certificate looks like. Okay, so two things I'm clear. Third thing, you all have to actually go ahead and mark your attendance. Okay, marking your attendance is super 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 important part. So I hope that you all guys are clear about marking your attendance. For marking your attendance, you are seeing that in the chat in the top, there is a sticky banner. Click on it and fill up your chat, fill up your attendance. Okay, not chat, fill up your attendance. Fourth thing, first was like, hey hi, from where you all guys are. Second was like, who this like who is your trainer, who is your moderator we introduced. Third thing is you should put your attendance. Fourth thing is, for downloading certificate you need to have 50 let's upgrade coins. Okay, how can you earn let's upgrade coins? It's very easy, super 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 easy. Only two step. Go to letsupgrade.in/refer. Let me show you where you can actually go. I need to edit this message. You need only 50 lu coins to download your certificate. So see, I hope that you are able to see a scrolling bar right now. So luc.to/coins, if you just go there, you will see how to earn 50 lu coins. It's super easy. Just get one of your friend onboarded with us as a sign up and you will get 50 lu coins. Okay, so that's the base of it. Or else you can see other activities also which are there. You can enroll into our other programs, you will earn coins. You can do many other things, you will earn coins. Just go ahead and earn coins. Okay, so that you can you can download the certificate end of the day. Now we will actually listen from Satyam sir. Okay, so what is our today's agenda? Let's go ahead and listen from Satyam sir. Hi Satyam sir, so please tell us what is our today's agenda. Now I'm going in the minimize screen and I'm looking into you. Tell me sir.
Okay, so today we are going to learn about the libraries that we are going to use in data cleaning, like
Okay.
Pandas, and we are also going to take a glance over Matplotlib and Seaborn. These are also the two libraries which are basically helping us in the EDA part.
Got it. So EDA, sir, is exploratory data analysis, if I am right, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So every one of you who are here, we will be learning today three concepts from EDA. Okay, that's exploratory data analysis. One of the concepts is, when I say concept, it's a data cleaning in all. Okay, so how to clean data and how to see some kind of analytics out of it. So we will be seeing that, but you guys will work basically on Pandas library and other two, that is like Seaborn and Matplotlib, if I'm right. Yes,
Yeah.
Satyam sir, please tell me if I'm right.
Yeah, yeah, you are right.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that confirmation. Every one of you now, please just make lots of noise in the chat because we need tons and tons and tons of motivation because your chat is our motivation. If you don't tell us how you are feeling about the class every now and then, we will not be able to understand here what should we improve, what should we do, and all. Okay. So, having said and done all these things, you all guys can actually, all the people who want to be a data scientist end of the day can enroll in our paid program, which is a job guaranteed program. Satyam sir will also talk about it in after a while, but while I'm there here, let me show you where you guys can actually go and register for our paid let's upgrade program. Let me share my screen, just give me a moment. Okay, so I am sharing my screen. I hope that it's visible right now. Okay, so it is letsupgrade.in. If you just go to letsupgrade.in/programs, you will see a full stack data science program. All the people who actually want to be a data scientist end of the day and grab a job in grade 3, grade 2, grade 1 kind of companies. When I say grade 3, it's service based, grade 2, low level product based companies, grade 1, high level product based companies. All the people who want to get a job end of the day in these, you can actually go and visit our program. Okay, so this is the website, let's upgrade.in/program slash full stack data science pgpfs. In the description of YouTube chat also it is mentioned. If you go to the curriculum, you will see we teach you everything from data structure algorithm, from there to statistics. Okay, first of all, Python, data structure algorithm, statistics, machine learning, deep learning, analytical part in which Tableau, Power BI, both of them are being taught. Okay, and lastly, you also have databases and all. So even deploying APIs with Flask and React if required. So this is what our whole curriculum is covering end of the day, and these are the subject matter experts who will come and teach you. Out of them, even Satyam sir is also there, who will be teaching you there. Now you will be building projects which are personalized ranking recommendation project, or like music generation project, or like object detection project, natural language processing. So these all kind of projects you will be building. All you have to do is click on this enroll now and fill up the form. Go and just do the other process of admission. That's it. So that's what we have to do. So now over to Satyam sir. So all I have to mention, I've just mentioned. So now Satyam sir, please take it ahead from here.
Okay. Okay, so hi everyone. So in today's class, as we discussed, we are just going to study about the EDA part. Okay, where we will be learning with respect to the pandas, how we can clean the data with respect to pandas, and we are also going to take a glance over the Matplotlib and the Seaborn. But before starting these things, let me also discuss with you why EDA is important in data science life. Okay, and why we basically give a lot of importance towards the EDA. Okay, so let me just share you a picture. Just a second, guys. Okay, yeah. So I hope my screen is visible to all. Yeah. So guys, just see, whenever we are doing a data science project, let it be anything, because in data science I can say data science is divided into three parts, like a machine learning is there, deep learning is there, natural language processing is there. If you guys have started machine learning, okay, so if you basically have started learning this data science part, so I can say you should start with ED only. Okay, so yeah, so first of all, so yeah, Aman is saying, so DSA part will be covered or Java. Okay, okay, guys. So first we are there are basically data science is divided into three parts. First is machine learning. The second is deep learning. The third is, I can say, natural language processing. Okay, so whenever you are doing a project with respect to machine learning, deep learning, or natural language processing, doesn't matter. You basically have to follow this cycle, okay, that I'm showing you over here. This is the basic cycle that each and every data scientist used to follow in their life. Okay, now let us just discuss with respect to the first one, that is business understanding. Okay, basically I know like most of you are already aware about little bit about pandas, okay, little bit about the visualization and all the things. Okay, okay, Mukul is saying, sir, what we will learn here? Okay, we are going to learn about the EDA part, exploratory data analysis, how to clean the data, and the various different functions with respect to the pandas. Okay, this is what we are going to learn in the day first, and in the second day, we are going to work. We are going to work with a real-time project. So you can basically mention this project inside your resume that you have worked with a real-time project in EDA part. Okay. बिल्कुल अमित, हाँ हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे बीच में, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. ओके, ओके. सो जैसे कि अगर हम डेटा साइंस की बात करें तो डेटा साइंस की एक लाइफ साइकिल होती है जिसे हम यूजुअली फॉलो करते हैं. सो द फर्स्ट वन इज बिजनेस अंडरस्टैंडिंग. Okay, so what is business understanding? Let us just take an example of churn prediction. Churn prediction is the most important part in data science. Let us just suppose if there is a company. Okay, a company is basically a customer based company. Okay, suppose a company is there are 10 to 20% of their customers are leaving the company each and every year. Okay, but like 80% of the employees or 80% of the customers, okay, are like always there in the company. They are like a permanent customer in the company. But what about the 20%, those people who are basically leaving the company? Okay, श्रेष्ठ सर आप लिंक यहाँ शेयर कर दीजिए. Okay, okay guys, okay. So there are 20% of customers who are basically leaving the company each and every year. So if with respect to the EDA part, if we can analyze this problem And if we can take insights from the data set, like what is the reason why customers are leaving the company, there might be some reasons. So on the basis of that, we can basically increase the sale. No, it is not same for the data analysis, Divya. But over here, we are understanding why EDA is more important. Okay, so this is basically your business understanding. Or I can say, let us just take a second example, which is going to be whether a person is going to take a insurance or not. Okay, this is what we basically want to predict, because there are a lot of companies like Insurance Dekho is there, right? They basically used to call to the peoples, okay, who are basically looking for a insurance, and after they basically suggest to the customers, like you can basically go with respect to this insurance, right? So if they have data and they can apply a machine learning algorithm on that data set, so at that time they will be able to know. EDA is Kaushal, EDA is basically exploratory data analysis. I'm going to tell you this thing in detail. What is EDA? Okay, so this is basically your business understanding. First of all, you need to understand what is your business. After that, the second is data mining. We can just leave this part now. Here my EDA part came over here. This is my data cleaning, and this is my data exploration. Now what is data cleaning? Suppose the real data that you are getting, guys, okay, the data is like very dirty, and even the data might not be in a structure format, because till now you have worked with a structured data set. Now what do I mean by a structured data set? That means in one column you are having a age, and in the second column you are having, I can say, a height. Okay, this is what the structured data set is. But the data that you are getting from the client side, that is not even in a structure format. So this is the role of a data analyst, to make a pipeline, uh, to basically clean the data and make a data into a structure format. This is the role of a data analyst. And now the second part, this fourth point, data exploration. This is the most important part. Okay, sir, I'm confused about data analyst and science. Could you please clarify a bit? Yeah. So just see, in data scientist knows the work of a data analyst, but data analysts do not have any idea about the data science part. Yeah, Shivam, I will be also talking about this thing. Do not worry. So in data analysis is basically a person who is giving you the insights of the data, that this is your data, this is the valuable information you are getting from the data. This is the part of a this is the role of a data analyst. On the basis of that, data scientist is basically doing a feature engineering, or I can say a feature selection, where it will be picking the important columns inside your data. Because if data analyst is not telling this thing to the data scientist, okay, how the data scientist will be performing this function, this step, feature engineering. Okay, so a data analyst is the one who is responsible for cleaning the data and giving you the insights about the data. Look, Kishan, EDA is basically not about filling the missing values and the unwanted special characteristics. No, EDA is something more. You are just giving the insights of the data on the day two, or maybe I can say not today, because today we are going to learn about the pandas, different functions in pandas that will be helping you for the data cleaning part. Okay, but in the second day I will be telling you what actual EDA is, what insights you are getting from your data. Because EDA is not just you just replace the missing values with respect to the mean, or with respect to the mode, with respect to the median, or maybe you have just filling them with a constant value. This is not EDA. Your business is going to tell you what is the format of filling the missing values. You cannot decide this thing. Okay, sometimes basically we need to take some decisions, but it's not like that. EDA is basically exploratory data analysis. Data mining is something where you are gathering the data. You are just gathering more data. Okay, so this is the and one more important thing. A data scientist used to spend their 70 to 80% of time in EDA only, in this process, till fourth process. Okay, data scientists used to spend the 70% of time in only EDA. This is the major importance of EDA. Okay, now this was about the this thing. Let me just again share my screen and let us just start with respect to the code only. Okay, just a second, guys. Let me just share my screen. Okay, now I hope my screen is visible to all. Now, once again, this platform that you are seeing over here, this is the Google Colab. Okay, basically, if you are learning data science, okay, so there is something called GPU. Whenever you are training your deep learning models or big models in AI, you basically need a GPU. So Google Colab is the one which is giving you a free GPU. Okay, I can say per day it will be giving you approx 10 to 12 hours of GPU. Yeah, Yamni, it is a 4 hours of program. Okay, and guys, do not worry about the job. uh, if you are learning this Python, okay, if you are learning Python, Matplotlib, and all of these things, you do not worry, you do not have to worry about the job. Okay, and if you are joining a Let's Upgrade full stack data science program, okay, for sure we will be giving you a dream job. Okay, yeah, Shashi, do not worry, because look, I am also from a mechanical background. Okay, but I basically made a transition toward data science. Okay, where my job role is basically on machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. My work is to train these deep learning and natural language processing models. Okay, this is basically my work. So I'm from a mechanical background, so obviously if you are even from a non-technical background, okay, either you are from a technical background or either you are from a non-technical background, doesn't matter in data science. For sure you will be able to make a transition toward data science. You do not have to worry about this thing. Okay, so let us just start with this thing. So this is basically your Google Colab. You just let me just even show you this thing. Okay, just a second, guys. Let me just share my screen again. So okay, so you just basically have to write a Google Colab. Okay, now just click on this one, Google Colab, and click on the new notebook. It will be opening a new notebook for you. Yeah, Shiva, you can basically make a transition. Doesn't matter if you are a 2020 pass out. So this is basically your Jupyter notebook where you are just going to code. Okay, uh, you can see you just have to run this cell. Okay, it will take a little bit time for connecting. Now you can see, yeah, it is connected. So there you can see this is basically my output, and this is basically your Google Colab. Okay, so you will be if you basically want to train your deep learning models or like for any task, so this is basically a free platform. Okay, so now let me just again share my screen with respect to the Pandas only. So we will be learning something, okay, in a fast way. What is this Family Guy episodes? Yeah, you, what are you not able to understand? You can basically comment in the comment section. So guys, just see, I have basically prepared some questions, okay, that or I can say are different functions with respect to the pandas. So you will be seeing this. Let me just now. This is basically my pandas library. You basically have to just write this thing: import pandas as pd. This is a library in Python. Gaurav, I already told you. Okay, Gaurav is basically asking what is the connection between data science and data analysis. A data scientist used to spend their 70% of time in data analysis only. Yeah, Hitesh, you can basically make a transition. That's not a problem. Yeah, Raghul. Okay, everyone. Okay, okay. What is this? What is the name? Manasa is there. Okay, so yeah, we will be learning pandas. Pandas is the one. So with respect to pandas, you can perform data cleaning. We will be understanding what is data cleaning. Okay, so now in pandas there is something called data frame. Okay, now let me just run this thing first of all, and let me just this is basically the data that I have manually entered. Now let me just see this thing. This is how your Excel is looking like. Like you have worked with Excel, you might have seen Excel's forms. Yeah, Vipul. We'll be taking questions in the end only, so do not worry. We have basically started this thing. Yeah, R is there, but Python is like more preferable. So this is basically your data, and guys, now we will be discussing these things in the end of this session. But in between, if you are having any kind of doubt with respect to the pandas, that you can basically comment. Yeah, Kirti, I will be sharing the IPy file with all of you. You do not have to worry about this thing. Now, this is basically your DF. DF is nothing but a data frame that I have created. This is my school code. This is my class. This is my names, date of birth, weight, address, and ID. Okay. Now, this is a demo base where I have basically created a data, but you do not have to write all of these things. No need of writing these things, because of what we are doing in the end, I basically have a CSV also. Okay, this is basically my CSV. Let me just copy. Okay, okay, okay. So in Google Colab you can press this thing, and after that you can basically import. You can basically call any CSV, so it will be uploaded over here. Now you just have to click on this three dot, just press on copy path. Okay, now close this thing. Now if I basically want to read a CSV with respect to the pandas, so how I can do? So there is a small function like pd dot read CSV, and let me just pass my path. Okay, this is the path that I have copied. Now let me just see my top 5 rows of data. So I basically have to type head 5. Now, just see this thing. This is only the format that I have created. So this is just your, I can say, a dummy data. Okay, so with respect to this thing, I will be showing you pandas different functions. Okay, now this is your data frame. This is the data frame that we have basically created. And in today's class, I will be also teaching you how to create functions. Yeah, I will be sending you this data set. You do not have to worry about this. Now, we have also heard about functions, and in the starting, whenever someone is learning this data science, they basically face some kind of a issues while writing of functions. So I will be even teaching you that. Let us just suppose if this is my data file, and if I basically want to create a functions. Pandas is basically a library in Python with the help of pandas, you can basically perform data cleaning. And there are other functions also that will be helping you for the data analysis part also. Pandas is not just about data cleaning, you can do data analysis. And whenever I'm saying a data analysis is not just about plotting a graphs, it is also about getting insights from the data. Now let me just create a small functions. So this thing is basically going to give you some kind of a motivations. So after this class you will be able to practice some more functions, okay, the coding of functions. So let me just name a functions. I can say no, read no okay, read and csv. Now over here let me just pass a path. Path basically means I am going to pass this path. Now after this thing I basically need to return or I can say df is equal to pd dot read csv and path. Now path. Now let me just return this thing, return df. Now this is the function that I have created for reading the csv. Now if I want to read csv, I just have to call this function, and I just have to pass this path inside this thing. Now you can see this was my functions. And if I'm doing data dot head, let me just say only 3 rows I basically want to see. And now let me just again call this thing. So yeah, I have just called this function because inside this function I have called this pandas functions pd dot read csv. So this is the small function that you can create. Okay, so I hope this thing is giving you little bit motivation, guys. Now so let us just came back to our dummy data set. This is my dummy data. Now what if I basically want to set my index as a school code, okay, I basically do not want 1 2 3 4 5 this thing. So there is a function inside pandas that is df.setIndex school code. Let me just copy this thing and let me just call it over here. Now you can see I have set an index as a school code. Okay, with respect to only this thing, df.setIndex school code, I can either pass class over here, I can either pass names over here. No, while no, Rishabh, when you are defining the function, you basically have to mention a path. Path is basically a name you are passing over here. Like if there are other CSVs also, so what I have to do, I just have to copy the path of them, and I just have to paste them inside this function. Okay. Now, so with respect to the df.setIndex, I will be able to set my index like this. Okay, this is again same thing. Now there are two ways of running the cell in this Google Colab. The first one is you can either click on this thing, okay, or either you can just do one thing, just hover your mouse over here and just press shift plus enter both at first shift after enter. So it will be running your cell. Okay, you can basically run your cell in this way. Okay, now same, uh, let us suppose I basically want to set an index with respect to tid. So I can also do the same. You can see, okay, here I have mentioned this as a id. Now for the further process, okay, there are a lot of uses, okay, of this function dot set index. Okay, if we will be doing further analysis in our in next class, so you will be able to understand the main importance of set index. This is with respect to the dummy data set, so you will be able to understand something. Now this is again some dummy data set that I have created. Now what if I basically want to set index of these two columns? I basically do not want to set an index with respect to only one column. Okay. Now, yeah, you can also print middle rows. There is a function called in Python that is slicing. With respect to that, you can print this thing. So set is just working as primary. Yeah, basically, if you are calling a set index, okay, you can basically name any column. Okay, it is not like a primary one. Okay, it is basically depending on your analysis, what analysis you are doing. Okay. Let me just comment, and there is a function in there is a way of commenting out these things, so these lines of code will not execute. Okay, so you just have to select all of these things and you have to control plus this thing. Okay, the slash one. Okay, now this is your again a data frame. Let me just call this data frame df. This is your df. CSV is basically comma separated value. It is a format. It is a format of Excel only. Okay. Now, so this is your this thing. Now, if I basically want to set an index of this thing, TID and school code. This thing TID and school code. So what I'm going to do at that time, I just have to pass two columns over here. So now you can see I have set an index of TID, ID and a school code. I will be also telling you what is the benefit of this thing. Do not worry about this. Okay. Now, similarly, with respect to like, similarly, let us just say, let me also comment out these things. So you have a clear visualization. Now, this is again my data set, the same one, like this only. Now, just try to understand this thing. In this variable df1, I have stored my new data. So I have to call df1. df1, okay, this is my index. But what if I want to reset these things? So I just have to do only one thing. I just have to call df1 dot reset index in place is equal to false. Just see this thing. If I'm passing in place is equal to 2, because what is in place? Okay, let us just discuss this thing. I have did this thing. Now let me just again call df1. Now I can say index is still there, but I have performed my reset index operation, but index is still there because I have passed in place is equal to false. If I am passing in place is equal to true, so it will be not giving you output over here. But if you are going to run this cell, you can basically see this output. Okay, so if you basically want to make a permanent change, at that time you will be passing in place is equal to false or in place is equal to true. Okay. Yeah, if df index is, yeah, just see this thing, Kumar Ravi. I will be also telling you what is the benefit of set index. Okay, just wait for some minutes. I will be telling you this thing. You do not have to, because there are is some importance of index. Yeah, I have already explained you what is index. Okay, now just see this thing. uh, if you basically want to pass a manual index, so at that time you can also perform this function. Like, let me just comment out this thing. Okay, now if you basically want to call any of the column inside your data frame, how you can do that? Okay, like if I am even calling this school code, so you can even call your column like this in data frame. This is the one way. What is the other way? You just first you have to write your data frame name, that is dff64. Now let me just pass these things inside a square bracket. Now you can see these are the different ways of calling a columns for the analysis. Okay, now, okay guys, now just see this thing. Let me just cancel this one. Let me just call it like this. There is also a function in pandas that is called pd.dateRange. Okay, if I have did this thing pd.dateRange, my start date is going to be this thing. My frequency is s is basically nothing but second. We will be doing that also, Kumar Ravi, in tomorrow class. But in today's class, my the main motto is my main motto is basically to just introduce you all the different functions in pandas. Okay, so you will be basically getting familiar with all the functions, because at the end you do not have to memorize these functions. Okay, I will be also showing you, if you don't know how to code these things, so how you can even write a code without even knowing a single line. I will be also telling you these things in a while. Do not worry about this thing. So yeah, if I have press 10 over here, so 10 is basically means that I want a 10 output from this thing. pt range, no, with respect to Google only. I will be telling you how to search these things, how to put the right keyword. This is what I'm going to teach you. So now, let us just say if I'm going to pass h, what output it is going to give me? It is basically a hour. So you can see over here, now it has changed 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Previously, it was like this seconds only. Okay, where it gone? Okay, no problem. Yeah, over here you can basically see it was like second, 11, 13, 15, but now I have changed this thing to hour. Now if I'm just going to pass the m, so it will be changing the minutes. Basically it has changed the month. If I'm calling it, if I'm passing y, it will be changing the years. Okay, this is what it is going to do. Now you can see 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Either you can even create, I can say 20 periods I'm going to create. Okay, not this one. 20. Yeah, now you can see over here, these are the 20 records that I was able to create. Okay, now why it is giving me an error? Okay, now just even we are even going to learn how to solve the errors. Now it is saying shape of past values is 10 cross 1. Okay, and this is imply 2 cross 1. Now what does this thing mean? It is basically saying the index that you have passed. Okay, the length of the data, this sales amount, is not same as the index. Okay, so over here I just have to write again 10. Okay, now you will be able to see the output. If you basically want to, if you have an idea, like client is sending you a data, and client basically do not have the date column at that time, but if you want to create a date column, the client is telling you this data is from this date to this date. So at that time you can create a date with respect to pandas. It is Google Colab is basically a platform where we are running all of our codes, because it is giving you a free GPU and a lots of storage. Okay, and suppose if you are using your Anaconda, and you might have deleted your files in Anaconda. Okay, So but in Google Colab your file will be there always. You do not have to worry about this thing now. Okay, yeah. So let us just discuss about this thing. This is my data set again, school code and all the things. This is my index. What if I also want to name my index? Some name I basically want to give. So I can basically perform this thing. df.index.name. Now, okay, now let me again call my df. So you will be able to see this thing. I have named my index as index name. Okay. Now, uh, guys, please tell me, are you able to understand all of these things? Are we like running high, or what is it about? Like, are you able to understand this thing, all the things that I'm telling you about the pandas functions? Okay. Can I get a confirmation in chat? Basically, Rajesh, if you are using a ID like PyCharm, VS Code, or anything, okay, you will be not getting a output like after line by line. You will be getting the output at the same time whenever like you are calling that particular function. Guys, can I get a confirmation? Are you all able to understand the things that I am telling you? Okay. Okay, good. So, guys, now just see this thing. Mm, suppose if this is my data frame. Uh, okay. Some people are also saying no. Can you even mention the? Okay, Nancy, if you are not able to understand these things, okay, so I can say like the for the first time when I was going through with Pandas library or with Matplot library or with Seaborn library, okay, I was also facing this issue basically. Or whenever we are learning something new, at that time we will be facing some kind of a issue. But like you basically have to go through with these things, I can say for 2 to 3 times. Okay, so you will be getting familiar with respect to this thing. Okay, now this is, guys, I am again telling you, you do not have to worry about this code. This is just a dummy data that I'm creating over here, nothing else. Now let me just again see my df. Now what if I want to change my this school code? Okay, this school code, how I can basically uh, change this thing. So there's a function in pandas that df at, I basically have to pass index, and after that I basically have to pass my column where I want to change the values. After that I can change it to as 0, sorry, 005. Now let us just, after executing this thing, let me again call my df. Okay, now, so this is you can basically see over here that I have changed my this thing, my school code as 004 as 005. So this is the most important function. Now you might be thinking, what is the need of this thing? Guys, just see, I already told you about the in place. In place is basically, if I'm passing in place is equal to false, that means I do not want to change this particular thing as a permanent one. Let me just again show you an example. Now, let me just say df dot drop. If I basically want to drop my this thing, so what I can do, df dot drop comma axis is equal to 1. Now what do I mean by axis is equal to 1? Axis is basically column, 1 is basically means columns, 0 is basically means row wise. Okay, now let me just call this thing. So now you can see school code is not there, but now again let me call my df. School code is still there, but what if I am going to store this thing inside a new variable? Now again, let me call df. For sure, school code is still there. But if I'm going to call my other variable in which I have stored my this data frame, it will not showing me my this thing, my school code. Okay, but what if I'm going to pass over here in place is equal to true. Okay, now again let me execute my df. Now just see this thing. I have dropped my school code now from df variable. Okay, Ashish is saying kindly finish one section and answer questions. Okay, I am also answering the questions in between. Okay, now what if now let me again just call my this thing, so it will be resetting all these things. Now what if I basically want to change, let me call my df. Okay, what if guys again see this thing, I have again executed these things, that's why you are able to see this school code again. Okay, now what if at the t1 index I basically want to change the date of birth. So I again have to type df.add this thing and I just have to pass my new date of birth that I basically want to change. So you can see I basically have made a successful change with respect to this thing. Okay, so now again one thing guys, this is with respect to the one function. But what if there is a data set of I can say 100 million of rows or maybe 10 million of rows. Okay, and you basically want to change a values that you might be having inside a database, let it be a sql, let it be a no sql. From that you are gathering the data and you are just replacing the values, so you will be running these things inside a loop. But you should be aware about what is dot at and how you can change the values. Okay, now this is again the data frame. Okay, now let me just a second. Okay. Yeah, you can do that also. For more than one, you can basically run this thing inside a loop, because with respect to this thing we are just changing it with respect to the index only. Okay, this is what we are doing now. So again there is again a different way. If this is your index values at index, so over here you can even change these things by providing df.reset index level is equal to 0. Okay, if I will be passing level is equal to 1. Okay, because I have already done this thing. Okay, too many levels it is saying, so we will be using only 0 level. Or either we have also seen this thing, if I'm not even passing this thing you will be getting a result. Okay, yeah. Now so yeah, this is basically a simple functions that pandas is providing you. No, Rashmi, just see this thing. If there are suppose there is a folder, okay, and there are 100 files, so you do not have to write this thing data pd.read csv and again the path of the one file, then again the path of the second file. Okay, I will be showing you that maybe in tomorrow class, Saeed and Rashmi. If there are 100 files, so at that time you cannot use this thing like if there are different files like CSV or XML, like anything, or it will be a XML file or anything. But you first of all you need to separate them like CSV only, or either if you are not even separating them, there is also a way. If there is a folder and there are 1,000 files, 400 files are of csv, 200 files are of xml, and are different formats, right? So there is a library called globe. If you are passing globe, and if you are saying whatever file that is ending with respect to .csv, just pick all of them and read one by one. If you want, I can even show you that thing in tomorrow class. Okay, I will be noting down these two things. Okay, just a second. So I may not got forgot about these things, and I will be showing you both this thing. The Sayyid that asked me like how to change rows in a loop, and for Rashmi you also. Okay, now, okay, this is also something. DF is there. Okay, okay guys. Okay, okay, now let us just discuss about this thing. This is also a good example. This is the data that basically I have created. Okay, now just see this thing. What is the benefit of using index, set index? Okay, you might be thinking about this thing. So let us just discuss about this thing also. Or let me just call this one. This will be little bit more clear. Yeah, this is a little bit more clear. I can say I can even zoom my screen. I think it is like better than before, guys. Yeah, Rashmi, I will be showing you that. Do not worry. Okay. Now, just see this thing. What is the benefit of setting index? Okay. Now, just see this thing, guys. With respect to the index only, you can analyze this thing. Just see. This is your sale one, and in sale one, you have city one and city two, and this was the sale in sale one with respect to both cities. This is sale two. Now, this is your city one and city two. Just see this thing. Can I say you are able to understand your data in more precise way? Okay, column name, we can also do that, Sagar, by using a split function, strip. There is a function called strip, so we can do that. I will be also showing you that. Do not worry. Okay, let me just again note this thing. I will be showing you that in the code only, because today we basically already have a lot of things to cover. So just now tell me, guys, with respect to this thing, are you able to do a clear analysis? Okay, with respect to even this thing, you will be able to extract more insights. You will be able to I can say you will be able to pass more information towards your manager or towards your client, right? Just see, with respect, this is your sales, total sales, sales one, sales two, sales three, sales four, and these are your cities. This is the benefit of using these functions. Sir, okay, some Chinese name is there. Sir, is in there another method of importing a data set in Google Colab side of IPYNB file? Yeah. If you basically want to import this thing, I will be also telling you this, because what you basically have to do over here, if there is a IPYNB file, first of all, you have to upload it towards your drive. Okay, there is a my drive. Okay, I will be showing you this thing also. My drive, we all are aware about this thing, Google Drive. So from there, if you are uploading your ipynb file in one folder, at that time you just have to click on that ipynb file for 2 times. Okay, so at that time it will be automatically opening in your Google Colab. Okay, now, okay guys, now let me just call df2. Okay, now, what if, okay, what if I want to change my this names. Okay, how I can basically do that? Just a second. Df1 is the not df. I will be also in multi-level index. If there are multi-level index, so at that time you can pass. You can either create a one index. After that, you can pass the at, or you can even pass the both index name. Okay, just try to search it on Google, Muskan. You will be able to get your answer. And Harshala Patel is saying, okay, do not worry about this thing, Harshla. I will be also telling you this now. What if I basically want to change my sales to as S2 and city as C2? Okay, this is the main this thing. Just a second. Okay, this is your DF basically. Uh, okay, first of all, in the DF, uh, now, now just see this thing. Um, Now, if I basically want to rename these things, like call one as zero and all of these things, so how I can basically perform this thing? Okay, like my column names are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now these things are not giving me any valuable information. So how I can basically rename these things. So there's a function in Pandas that is df.rename. After that, you just have to pass columns and the name of the column that is already existed, and the name of the column that you basically want to rename it. Okay. So now let me just run this thing again. Now you will be able to see that we have basically renamed these things: call one, call two, call three, call four, call five. Okay. Now this was the previous name 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the method of doing these things. Okay. Now again, let us just see something else also. We have seen these things. Okay, how to set a multi-level index, and that will be giving you a clear visualization. Now, okay, okay, let us just see if there are some. Okay, this is, sir, when we import a data set through a path from SYS in Jupyter Notebook, can we follow the same in Google Colab? Yeah, I have already told you. This is the file that I have basically uploaded over here. Let me just copy the path of this thing and let me just paste it over. This is your path. Okay, you can just directly write pd.read csv and pass this path. Okay, now. Okay. No. Just see this thing, guys. Let me just minimize this one. This is basically my data frame. And if suppose if my values were not sorted, okay, so there's a function inside pandas that df.sort index. Okay, so with respect to this thing, you can sort your index. Okay, now let me just again pass this thing. Sale 1, sale 3, sale 2, sale 4. This was suppose this was your non-sorted one, but after sorted, you basically converted this thing into 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, or either if you are passing with respect to this city, so it will be giving you sales 1 with respect to the city 1, sales 1 with respect to the city 2, sale 2. So in this way you will be able to sort. Now what we have did in the code, just try to see this thing. Dot sort index level is equal to 0 for the first one, level is equal to 0 means for this one, level is equal to 1 is basically for your this index. So this is what we have did. Df dot sort index level is equal to 1. Then again, you can even pass this thing: df dot sort index level is equal to city. You can do anything, because this is with respect to the city, the output. This is with respect to the level is equal to city, and this is with respect to the level is equal to 1. This one, Rahul, this is called Google Colab. Okay, now some more questions from data frame only. After that we will be jumping towards the Matplotlib library and this thing, but you might be feeling little bit bored, so let me just show you something good. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Mhm. Okay, okay, let me just stop sharing my screen just a second, guys. Okay. Mhm. Google Colab. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if I am writing all these codes, like I can say this df.add and all the things, these all codes are available in the documentation. Uh, Sanjay, this session will end at 9:30. Okay. Now, okay. So over here, you can basically see this is your pandas. If you have not installed pandas, this is the way people install pandas. You can install it now. Yeah, let us just see this thing. So they are saying, how do I read and write a tabular data? That means basically how to read our data. So they are even mentioning these things: pd.read csv, data targeting.csv. This is the part that they have passed. Okay, then again they are saying, I want to see the first 8 rows of pandas data frame. So this is the official documentation, guys. Okay, so they have basically written these codes. So they are saying titanic.head, because this is the variable in which we have stored our data. Titanic.head 8. Now if I'm just calling titanic dot d types, so it will be telling me that these are the various columns: passenger id, survivors, p class, name. So they are also telling me the types, that it is a int format, this is the object format, this is a float one. Okay, now what if you basically want to export your pandas file? You just have to do the variable name dot to xl or dot to csv. I will be also showing you that, do not worry. Now this was the one. Okay, now you might be getting confused how to basically when to use which function, right? So I can basically write uh, how to rename column in pandas. This is what I want to do. If there is some columns that I basically want to rename, so how I can do that? Okay, now let me just click on this one. Let me just zoom it a little bit. So this is the test data, demo data that they are basically showing you. And what they have did, they have said, with respect to this variable, I have stored my data frame in this variable. So you just have to call dot the variable name dot rename columns. This was the name that already exists, and this is the new name that I basically want to rename. Now after this thing, you will be able to see that this was the previous one, now this is the new one. We will be ending this session at 9:30. Okay, so just see this thing. If you want to perform any function, you just have to Google it. Let me just say, mhm, how to do rows in pandas, like how to print a rows one by one. So for that, even I am basically going to use this. For they are saying for ind in df.index, just leave this thing. Like they are saying for I in range and this thing df.log I name. This is the way that you can basically print your columns one by one in a loop. Okay, just see this thing. Now if I basically want to how to replace values at a index in pandas. Now what they are saying, for the like changing the index, they are saying set index that we have already discussed. Okay, set index in place is equal to true. They are also explaining. Okay, this is not the one. Pandas replace value based on index. Okay, let me just also see this thing. So yeah, over here they are giving a answer like use lock and just say that df.lock, they are using an index till 0 to 15 index in the a column. Just replace all the values by 16. So you can see 0 to till 15 they have replaced by 16. So at the end of the day, you just have to do a Google search. Are you getting some motivation, guys? Are you learning something new in this class? This is how you are going to solve the problems whenever you are doing some kind of a project from your own end. This is the best way. You do not have to memorize these codes. At the end, you just have to do a Google search. That's it. You will be able to get your answer. Are you learning something new, guys, in this session? Can I get a confirmation in the chat? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Okay. So yeah. So guys, okay. Rishabh is saying, yes, sir, getting it. Only one confirmation I'm getting, and I'm just providing you a lot of valuable information over here. Yeah. Okay, Rajesh. Rajesh is saying okay. Okay. Vipul is saying okay. Now lots of people are replying. Sony Pathak is there. Okay, Kashyap. Nothing, Sagar, nothing. If you are from a technical background or a non-technical background, that doesn't matter. Okay. Now, just see this thing. This is my new data, guys. Okay. Now there are some values nan. So if you basically wanted to know that whether a value is nan or not, okay. So let me just pass df dot is na. It is basically giving you false, false, false where nan value is present. So they have just written true. I think my screen is visible, right, guys? My screen is visible. No, Rishabh, just a second. Rishabh is saying how we can create our own CSV without entering values. You never have to write values like this, what I am doing. This is just for our demo purpose. In the real life, in the real life, you will be getting data from the client side only. Okay. So you are just going to use pd.read CSV and you just have to pass the path of the CSV. Okay. Okay. Okay, Rajesh. Thank you for the confirmation. Pandas is basically a library. Suppose if you are using a VS Code, if you are using a VS Code, and if you are using something, so you just have to do this thing: pip install pandas. Okay, if you are using a VS Code or maybe a Jupyter Notebook or Anaconda or anything, okay, you just have to do this thing. Now, just see if I'm passing this is NA, so it will be giving me a result into true, false, true, false. Like true is where my nan values are present, but for sure, how I will be able to know that what values, like how many total nan values are there. So I just have to pass this thing. Now you can see these are my column names, and these are the values which are none. Like in the score, there are two values that are none. In the name 000. But suppose, okay, but suppose if you are having a huge data, maybe a thousand columns, okay, a thousand of columns, maybe hundred of million of rows. So how you will be, because if you are passing these functions and if you have thousand column, you cannot go through with each and every column. So again, if you basically wanted to know how many nan values are there in my whole data set, okay, yeah, Amit, please tell me what you have asked. Okay, so if you basically wanted to know how many uh, nan values are there in your whole data set, so again you just have to pass sum and just run this thing. So it will be giving two. It is in this whole data set there are two nan values. Okay, that is true. This nan and this nan. Okay, Arvind, I will be showing you this thing in the tomorrow class. You do not have to worry about these things. Okay, because there are other persons also who have asked the same question, the similar question. Okay, let me just note down this thing. Amit, you can basically install any software, let it be VS Code, PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook, or Google Colab. But my preference will be if you are using a Google Colab and Jupyter Notebook. So the benefit of using Jupyter Notebook is at the end, because at each and every executions, like I'm executing this one, so I can see the output. Because if you are using a Google Colab or this VS Code or PyCharm, you will be writing a code and you will be getting the output at the end. Okay, now now just see this thing. Suppose you are doing a data analysis and you only want these two columns or any two columns out of these four. So how you are going to do that? You just have to write df, then the square brackets, then again the square brackets, then inside the square brackets you just have to name the columns. So you will be getting this output. Okay, now I can even pass attempts over here. Now you can see name and attempts both are there. So you can do some analysis. Now let us just even understand something else. Okay, qualification. I only want those records where people have qualified these things. The data, okay, the exam. So what I am going to do at that time? df, df, again df, and again the column name is equal to, just see this thing. These are the records of pupils who have qualified the exam. df qualify is equal to yes. Okay, now if, just give me a second. If you don't know these things, but there is a keyword that you should know, so you can basically type how to filter values in pandas. Now let us just see what kind of result I will be able to get over here. This is the column that they have created. Okay, this is the output. Now, okay, now they are saying that, just see, this is the data, the name is there, age is there, stream is there, percentage is there. Now I only want to filter out those peoples who are having a, a percentage greater than 70. So they are saying data frame, again data frame, the column name greater than 70. Now just see this thing. This is the data of the peoples who got more than 70%. This is how you can filter the values. This is your Google search. You do not have to memorize these things. You just have to search it on Google. That's it, guys. There is also another way. Either you can just do data frame.log data frame, the column name greater than 70. The same result that you will be able to get over here. Okay. Now, not able to see screen. Is my screen? My screen is not visible, guys. I think my screen is visible. Okay. Now I have basically shared my entire screen. Okay, guys. So this is okay. So this is the another way. Okay, of doing these things. Now let us just suppose, let me just create a data frame and let me just show you these things in a collab, so you will be able to understand these things in more clear way. Oh, just a second. Now this is my data frame. Okay. Now what if these are another ways of doing a filter. What I'm doing, I'm just copying from that site. Now I only want those peoples who are from science and commerce background. So there is also a way, right? Options, where this is just a variable that I have passed, science and commerce, and again I'm telling, again I'm passing data frame is stream dot is in options. Let me just turn off my video for some minute. Okay, just see this thing. Is in options means these things, the people who are in science and commerce, right? This is what I am going to do. Okay, so you will be able to get the results of peoples who are from stream of science and commerce. Let me just pass it like this, because if you are calling a print statement over here in Google Colab, it will be not showing you a result like this. So now this is the filter, this is filtration in Pandas. Okay. Now let me just see if they are even mentioning. So this is how you can do a Google search. That's it, guys. Okay. Okay, there is also other ways, so I will be suggesting you to just go and explore it. Okay. Now this is also something that we are over here, we are just setting an index. Okay, this is my label and I have just passed index is equal to label, nothing important. Now someone was asking me how to filter values, like how to select rows in between. So here is the answer. This is your data. Let me just select my, okay, let us just select the full data only. That is not a problem. Now let us just say if I only want to select my this one and this one, that means A, B and D. Okay. Vishnu, I think there's some problem from your end. I think my screen is visible. You can perform that also, Rishabh. I have already told you this thing. Okay. I have already told you these things, how to perform a function with respect to the columns and rows. For the rows, we are using at, where we are just replacing the values. And for the column wise, I have also shown you this thing. Now, if I only want to select A, B, and D and some columns, let us just say this one, name and attempts. So over here, I just have to use a function that is called df.ilog. Df is basically nothing, the variable in which I have stored my data. Okay, so over here I'm just passing, these are my rows and these are my columns. Let me just run this. Now if I'm just passing from 0 to 5, okay, it is not going to take an index like this, but I can pass more values. 7. Okay, now you can see I have basically selected these much of rows. Okay, and this is basically my column name. Now if I basically want to select name and qualification, just try to understand this thing, guys. In pandas, in python, they the pandas basically read these things like this. This is basically your zeroth one, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Now again this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first row is basically starting, so the first row is basically starting from the 0 and over here also. Okay. Now, what is df.ilog? Df.ilog we are using over here. I have just passed the rows and this is my columns. Now, if I want to select the qualification and attempt, so what I have to do? 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are my 2 and 3 columns. 2, comma 3. So attempts and qualification. Same thing. Okay. So this was how to select rows in between and column in between that someone was asking me. Now, write a Python program to select rows where the number of attempts is greater than 2. Okay, yeah, this is again the filterization that I have shown you. The attempts is greater than 1. So these are the people who basically have attempts greater than 1. Okay, so this is the filterization that you can do. Now, okay. Mhm. Okay, now just see this thing. This is your data frame. Now, suppose if you are having 1,000 rows of data and 1,000 rows of columns, at that time how will you will be able to know the shape? So there is a function in pandas that is df.shape. It will be telling you this is the number of rows, this is the number of columns that you are having. Okay, now you can even format this thing in a beautiful way like this. You just need to add some print statements over here. Okay, I hope everyone is getting these things. Okay, I hope you all are learning something new in today's session. Okay, because we have like discussed this your this thing, what is your how to do a google search. That's the major important thing, okay, that we have basically discussed, right guys? Now let us just even discuss some other functions in pandas, and after that we will be jumping towards the plotting libraries, that is your matplotlib and seaborn. Okay, now okay, okay, let us just even discuss this thing. This is your df. If I'm just going to call df dot head, it will be only showing you of 5 rows. But if I want to see the bottom rows, I just have to pass this function df dot tail. These are my bottom rows, f g h I j, and these are my top rows. Okay, now let me just see. Yeah, if suppose this is your this thing, so you can just pass df score dot is null, so it will be only giving you that rows that are null. Okay, because till now what we have done is na, it will be giving you true and false. And if I'm just going to pass df dot is null, again it will be giving you true and false. But if you exactly wanted to know like in which column and in which row I am having a null value, so you can just apply a filters df, again df, a df, then square brackets df, then your column name, then your this thing is n. This is the function that you can use in pandas. Okay, now how you can do other filterization also. Now just see thing, this is my whole data frame. Now what I'm going to do, I only want attempts which are less than 2, or either which are I can say greater than 15. Okay, just see this thing. Okay, attempts we will be able to get which are sorry less than 2, or so we basically have only one condition over here. Okay, that we are seeing over here. Now one more thing guys, just see if this is my data frame, right? But if I basically wanted to change the whole this whole row, not with respect to only one column, so you can basically perform this function df.log k is basically I think they are just creating a new row over here. We are just creating a new row over here because till now we was only having j, till j we was having, but now we are having till k. df.log k and just enter all these values. There are only four columns, but suppose if I'm going to pass another value, let us just see what output we will be able to get. Okay, now you might be thinking that we have already given k, so let me just give an s. Okay, now this is my s, so it is basically saying that I have passed more number of values, because in my data frame I am only having a 4 columns. So if I'm just passing a s again, okay, now just see, now there is also one more most important function. Yeah, I will be sharing this ipynb file, do not worry about this thing. Now just see this thing guys, this is the duplicates. We never work with duplicates, never. Okay, so how you can drop duplicates in pandas? Okay, so there is a function that is I think I have stored df. Okay, df dot drop duplicates. Now just see this, only we have left with k only. This was the duplicate one, so we have removed duplicate over here. Yeah, I will be sharing this ipynb file in the description only, so you can basically check. So guys, this is the function dot drop duplicate that you can use in pandas if you are performing a machine learning task. We never send a duplicate data into our machine learning model, because if you are even doing a analysis with respect to the duplicate, yeah, guys, you basically have to join this community group link. Okay, that let's upgrade my team is basically just mentioned in the comment section, so you will be getting all the material over here. Yeah, Kalyani, we can do that also. And there is a simple answer, that just do a Google search. You will be able to get your answer. Okay. Now, this is how you are dropping your duplicates. Now, Okay, pg dot data frame. Yeah, again, let's just discuss this thing. If I have this column, let me just df. I already told you this is my data frame. If I basically want to drop name and I'm passing access is equal to 1 and in place is equal to true. Okay, so you will be able to see that I have dropped this name column. If I want to delete something from row wise, at that time I will be passing access is equal to 0. Okay, now again, just see this thing. If I want to sort values by score, now just see the value of a score. It is like it is not sorted. Gaurav, for this answer, try to attend tomorrow class where I will be working on a real data and I will be providing you the insights from the data. So you will be able to understand why data analysis is important, why EDA is important. Okay, because at the end of the EDA, you need to pass some information to the client. Okay, you need to pass some information to your manager, to your team lead or something, to your boss. You just cannot show some graphs that this is the graphs that I have drawn. No, you basically need to pass some information at that time. Okay, now if I want to sort values, there is a function in pandas df dot sort values by score. Ascending is equal to false, in place is equal to true. Okay, now you will be able to see. Now if I'm passing ascending is equal to true, now you will be see first my smaller value is there, after that my higher value is there. Okay, now yeah, it is also possible, Arvind. Let me just see where I have used this thing. Yeah, let us just say, yeah, Gaurav, you basically need to attend the tomorrow class. So you will be getting this. I will be explaining these things in more detail. Okay, now just see this thing. If if you are if you basically want to drop these values with respect to only one column. Okay, so just do one thing. Just pass subset is equal to this thing. Now, in subset, there is only two unique values, that is yes and no, and this 15 one. So you will be able to see that df dot drop duplicate subset is equal to qualify. So these only the where the unique values are having, it will be only dropping that. Suppose there is a ID column. So on the basis of ID, you want to delete the columns. Okay, because ID is a unique one. But if there are repeated IDs, okay, so in that case, you can use subset. Okay, now, okay, not now. You will be finding the notes and this notebook link after the end of this session. Okay, now just see this thing. This is my DF. Okay, now what if I want to change my no to false and yes to true? So what I can do at that time, there's a function in pandas. First of all, let me just copy this thing. I just pass map. After that, I have to pass values in dictionary. Okay, now you will be able to see false, false, true, 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 true. But if I want to see this thing, first of all, I have to pass the column again is equal to data, the column name dot map, yes, true, no, false. Okay, so you will be able to see false, 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 true, 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 false, false. Right? Are you getting this thing, guys? Can I get some confirmation so I will be getting more motivation? to explain you new functions in pandas that you are not aware about, because I know you are aware about pandas, you know how to read csv, but you might be not aware about these functions that you can really use in a real project. Right or not, guys? Okay, okay, okay. Map is for we are just mapping all the values. Like if all the values which are having yes, replace them with respect to the true, no with respect to the false. Okay. Now this is again my data frame. This is my data frame again with this columns. Now, what if I want to delete this pop column? We have already seen the drop function like df.drop, but there is also function that df.pop attempts. If you're calling this thing pop, it will be deleting this thing. Okay. Now let us just say if you basically want to iterate towards your data frame, so how you can do that? Just say this is my name. Okay. Now I want to print my name one by one, so I can basically run a for loop for I in df name, print I. So you will be able to see my name one by one. Okay. And there is also a function like suppose what I wanted to do that suppose this is like for I in df dot name and for j in df score. So let me just run this thing. So you will be able to see this is my name. After that, it is just printing all the scores. It is not just printing the score with respect to this name. After that, again it is printing the next name, that is dima, and again it is printing the score. But what I wanted to do, I want to iterate these rows one by one. Like first my this name should come after the name score of this particular person. Okay, Amit. Okay, really feeling motivated. Thank you. Okay. Now, so there is a function inside a pandas that is iter rows, and iter rows is basically going to take two argument. Like we know for I comma j in enumerate df, I can say name. So enumerate is also a function that is going to take your two argument. That is going to be, let me say this is I comma I print this, sorry, this is j. So enumerate is the one like if you are printing these things, so it will be also giving you an index. So index the name, index the name, index the name. But if I want to repeat this name, I want to print this name after this is after the score, after this name, after this score. So I can do this function with respect to index.dt in data df.iter rows. Okay, so dt0 is basically passing our first column, dt1 is passing our second column. So if I'm running this thing, just see, this is my first name after the score of this person, the name, the score of this person, the name, the score of this person. Only 2 days it is, Abhishek, today and tomorrow. So these are some functions I will be sharing in the IB file, so you will be able to see this thing. Now let me just introduce you towards the Matplotlib. Matplotlib is basically a library. This is your Matplotlib. Again, this is the documentation of your Matplotlib. Just see. We are just going to draw graphs like this. There are different graphs. Now let me just give you an overview of this thing. Okay, now this is the numpy library that I have created for just create that I have basically imported for creating a random dummy data. Okay, now, and this is the library. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Okay, now here I have just created a dummy data. Here I have just created a dummy data x and y, and over here I am just calling plt.plot x comma y. Now what information I am getting from this plot? Let us just try to understand. Can I say, as my this y value is increasing, my x value is also increasing? This is the information that I can pass towards my manager or towards my client, right? Now plt.plot x comma y plt.show, again the same thing. Now again the same thing. Let us we can basically name these things like this. Okay, now there is something also called as scatter plot. Now what is a scatter plot? You can see the distribution of the data. It is like more spreaded. Okay, Rohit. Rohit is saying I rated sir 5 out of 5. Thank you, Rohit. Okay, np dot this is basically, you can see how your data is spreaded. Okay, so I will be also telling you how to get insight, but in today's lecture only I will just giving you an overview. Okay, so it will not be a like burden on you that you are learning lot of things in the same day. Okay, so it should not be like that. Now this C that you are seeing over here, and we have even passed something that is basically mentioning the color. Okay, this is the one distribution. These are the other data points. Okay, now this is basically a scatter plot. Now there is something called histogram. Okay, so over here I can say, this is also some values, or either we can just consider these things as a name of person. Let us just say some names are there: Ram, Shyam, Satyam, or maybe some other names. Let us just say Gaurav and Harshit is there. Okay, and these are the or let us just say experience. This is the 0 year experience. Experience should not be in the -1, but let us just assume this thing. This is -2, this is -4, this is 2, this is 4. Okay, so let us just say this is the dummy data set. Do not take it seriously. And this is the salary. So I can say, with respect to the 0 experience, peoples are getting more salary. With respect to the 2 years of experience, or if it is between a 1 year, peoples are getting this much of salary. This is just a dummy data set, guys. Do not take it seriously. Now these are the different distributions. Now I have passed. I will be also telling you that Kalyani, because there are a lot of functions in Pandas like enumerate, so I cannot discuss each and every function, but enumerate is the one which will be giving you a particular index with respect to that particular value. Okay, Rishabh, if you want me to use machine learning models, so I can say no, because this class is basically for the machine learning part only. Sorry, the data analysis part only. But maybe in future, if we are coming up with a machine learning, this machine learning session, okay, this will be also I think of 2 days. At that time, I will be showing you a real this thing training of machine learning model with respect to the real data, and I will be also showing you how to deploy the machine learning model with respect to some libraries. Okay, so you do not have to worry about this thing. If you basically want more like a machine learning session or maybe a deep learning session, okay, so I think you can just post it, or you can just comment these things on community group, or maybe I can say you can just comment it right now if you want a like deep learning session, a separate deep learning session where we'll be discussing all the things and building a models. Okay, a practical and a theoretical way, both the things we will be covering. Okay, just try to comment these things and just try to mention these things on the community group also. Now, this is again a histogram, but we have passed bins. Bins means this is also one bin, this is a one bin, this is a one bin. That what if I have passed bin is equal to 50? Can I say I will be able to see this distribution in more precise way, in more detailed way? Now I can say with respect to the zero experience, this is the people's this much of the amount of peoples are earning. Now with respect to I can say 1 month, this was the 0 months, this is 1 month, this is I can say 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or maybe this is one. Okay, so but over here I was not able to analyze these things in that much beautiful way. Okay, so this is the benefit of passing this much of bins. No, okay. Okay, let us just suppose if we have some images. So there is a library called from PIL import images, and you just have to call image.open and the image path. After that, this is in the IM variable. I have stored this thing. Try to remember this thing. Now, after that, I just have to tell plt.im show ARR. This is nothing but the array. First of all, we need to convert this image into a array. Okay, this is how your machine is learning, reading the images. Okay, so plt.im show ARR, this is the image. uh, the plt is basically nothing but a matplotlib. Just see this thing. I have imported import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So with respect to matplotlib also, you can just um, show the images, or you can just see the images. Okay, now I can even change this thing into other colors, and I can just visualize this thing with respect to Matplotlib. Now let us just jump towards the Seaborn. Okay, now this is basically my C1 library, and let me just show you what is the difference between a Seaborn and what is the difference between a Matplotlib. So I can say if you are using a Seaborn, it will be giving you more detailed graphs. Okay, now what is that? Just see this graph and just see this graph. Okay, you will be able to visualize these things in more precise way. And there is something also called Plotly. This is also a library in Python. So just see what is the importance of Plotly over here. Suppose this is the code that they have written for visualizing a count plot. Now what is the benefit of using a count plot? Okay, and what is the benefit of using Plotly? Just see, if I'm hovering my mouse over here, I can see with respect to the zero value in the y-axis, it is having a two value. With respect to one, it is having a three value. This is how it will be giving you more information, guys. This Plotly one, and there are other options like zoom. You can zoom it. I don't know why it is not like in this way. It is not performing right now. But if you are using these things inside your uh, okay, yeah, you can even create this box. Okay, so you will be able to visualize only some parts. Like if I want to focus on this one, so you can create a box like this. Okay, this is how you can zoom it. Just see this thing. This option you will be getting inside your Jupyter notebook only, and the code is already there in the documentation. You do not have to worry about the code. This is again this thing. Just see x, with respect to the x, I am having a b value, y is basically 3. This is only the code that you have to write. Just see this thing. Okay, and you are just getting this visualization. Just see this thing. Okay, if there are other examples. Okay, and this is the overview. So let us just discuss with C1 only. So this is my C1. Now if I basically wanted to draw a histogram with respect to the two values, just see this. I just have to pass plt.hist. Okay, and just see the distribution of two plots. I can say with respect to the 0 years, let us just say this blue one is the person who are not from IT. Kalyani saying, what is work of random function in NumPy? Random is basically creating a random numbers. It is not. It will be not creating a sequential number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will create like 1, 5, 10, 15, 2. This is how your random is working. Okay. Now let us just say this blue one is the pupils who are not from IT background. These are the people who are from IT background. So with respect to this 0 years of experience, they are having this much of salary, and with respect to the same non-IT guys, they are having this much of salary. Let us just assume this thing, because with respect to the 0 years, this might not be your salary in the real case. Now, just see this thing. I am assuming these things that you are a little bit aware about the statistics. So with respect to this distribution, you can see this is your normally distributed graph, where your mean, median, mode are approximately equal. Okay, guys. So these are the again other graphs that you are seeing over here. Just see this one. It will be showing you the distribution with respect to the y, what is the distribution of x, and at the same time you can even see the distribution of y, and you can even see the distribution of x. Like, I think this is a little bit normally distributed, but this one is not that much normally distributed. So you are just visualizing two graphs at the same time. This is the benefit of using Seaborn with respect to Matplotlib. Okay, so I can say, guys, this was it about today's class, because we have basically just a second. So we have basically discussed a lot with respect to pandas or new functions that I think you was not aware about. Okay, and I think these functions are really helpful whenever you are performing a real time project. And this and we have basically also discussed about the Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly library. And in tomorrow class, we will be seeing the real practical implementation, like with respect to the real data set. Okay, so you will be getting more idea what is EDA, why it is more important. Okay, why are data scientists used to spend 70% of time in their life to just do a EDA. So guys, if you have any question, you can basically ask me. Any question you guys are having? I will be showing you tomorrow. I will be showing you a real time project. It will be not a Titanic one. It will be not a Sapple Lent or that Iris data set. Okay, it will be a real project. So you will be able to learn something new, and and even that you can mention that project inside your this thing resume. Okay, and just a second, guys. So this is basically our full stack data science program. If you are joining this program, we will be providing you a 100% job guaranteed program. Okay. Rishabh, I will be also telling you this thing in tomorrow class. Do not worry about this thing. Okay. I will be telling you in more detail. Okay, guys, we are just providing this is the amount that you can basically pay on the monthly basis. So it will be the EMI option is always there, and we are just providing 100% live classes. There will be no class that is pre-recorded. Okay, Sony, I will be telling you this thing in tomorrow class only. Okay, we will be discussing all these things in tomorrow class only. Just these are the some libraries that we basically use in our real life. So we are also teaching you these things, and this is basically our curriculum. Okay, we are basically teaching you from scratch. Okay, so I will basically suggest you because data analysis is a small part but still, if you basically want to land on a good job, okay, with respect to a good package, so I will basically suggest you to join our Let's Upgrade Full Stack Data Science program. So you will be able to learn something more, because if you are having more knowledge, for sure you will be getting a good package. Okay guys, I think you are not having enough questions, so I can basically say this is it about today's class. And I will be teaching you end-to-end data analysis project we will be doing in tomorrow class. So till then guys, okay, just try to keep practice this thing that basically I have mentioned today. Try to improve your Google search, okay, because this is the thing that you are going to do at the end of the day. Okay, so okay guys, this was it about today's class. Okay, then guys, okay, bye each and everyone. Good night each and everyone. Bye.